Can we hear it? Can you hear us?
Hear me? Yeah, you got me.
Yep.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Bet. All right.
Okay.
I'm up.
Okay, Mal, I went to go use the bathroom, so let's just start it up real quick. Let everybody know who you are and what you do.
What's good, y'all? I am OneLeggedLister. I'm a sneakerhead. I got one leg and shit. And I'm 1/5 of the Monday Midsole. We do a live show similar to this, live podcast on Monday morning or Monday evenings at 8 p.m. You can catch us there on YouTube.
Yeah, so everybody that's in this live, make sure y'all go follow the Monday Midsole. They going live every Monday.
Whoa, what's happening, bro?
What's good? What's good?
What's happening?
It's 1:30 in the morning in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot you in the A. Ooh, yeah.
Southern motherfucker.
What you doing up?
My ass can't sleep. The VA got me on pain pills, so that shit keeps my ass ramped up.
Oh, yeah.
So let me fill this nigga cup up real quick, and then we gonna get it together. We off this Japanese whiskey.
Nah, man.
Wait, hold up. Let me
I don't drink.
It's all right. We'll drink for you.
That shit'll kill you.
We dying slowly. It's cool.
Yeah, man.
Okay, the first topic we got. We just gonna run through the topic. We're gonna make it short. We just trying to get somebody else's opinion besides ours. Okay, first thing in news is Meek Mill is home. So we all talk shit about Meek Mill before he got arrested and everything. But my thing is, he was incarcerated for the wrong reason. So I'm just glad to see him home.
Yeah, they put that man in jail for a whack ass reason to begin with.
Right.
Like they just leave that young man alone. Let him do his thing. I don't know why they got him locked up anyway. Like shit was whack. No way. You know.
I said, as soon as he came home, I said, well, look like the Sixers going to the finals now.
Right. That's the thing, man. Philly going hard this year, and I'm glad. Philly, even though Atlanta took that L, the year before, and then promptly got beat by Philly. I'm happy for Philly, man. They need a win, So go Philly. T-Mark's in the building. That dude could talk more about that than I could.
Yeah. Hey, but my thing is, I don't understand why these celebrities even put themselves in that situation. Like, why do you even put yourself in that situation when you got so much going for you?
Right.
Because there's still those people. They're still. So it's a young mind, right? Like these young cats, they grow up hard, they grow up fast, and then they come into large sums of money, and you don't just change that concept of that way of life like overnight.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right.
If you grew up hard and you grew up fast, you're gonna live hard and live fast. Like that's just who you are, and it takes a lot of purposeful action to change the way you behave.
You can take the person out the hood, but you can't take the hood out the person.
Right. That takes some effort. Like they have to want to change that part of themselves, and it's difficult. And then there's this idea that if you ain't connected to the hood no more, connected to wherever you're from no more, that you a sellout, or you're leaving this, you're leaving that, and I don't know. I think personal growth is an amazing thing. If you can move past who you were and become something better, then fuck yeah, do that shit.
For sure.
Okay, something else in the news. I'm not sure. I just seen Pino post it, but I didn't watch the video. So did Drake actually sign to Adidas, or?
That's what Kanye said, right? Like Kanye put that shit out on his Twitter today on that rant he went on.
I think Kanye's Twitter is hacked.
I think
he putting out a lot of shit right now. Hey, but
that man lost 9 million Twitter followers today.
Hey, I'm all for the Nas album though, for sure.
Right.
I'm definitely excited for that thing.
I heard
Nas album.
I heard Drake close though. They say like he close to signing. That's why they changed the. They said originally the Raptor 4 was supposed to be for Drake.
Right, like the Cactus Jack Oilers, and I think that's dope. I think that idea, that concept was dope. But I understand why Drake would want to leave. Like Adidas is giving cats over at these. They're giving them creative design, right? Like fired up. at Jordan Brand, they don't give anybody creative design.
They're just giving you straight. We don't give you two. You got to do a color with it.
Here we go. Hold on. I'll show you an example. Because I can grab it right here. All right. So we have. It's the OVO 8, right?
Right.
Yep.
You know. This is the confetti 8.
Right. Damn, that same shoe.
It's damn near the same shoe. There's very little difference in, we got a suede panel on the side, the suede back versus the.
But look, you don't even have to go into details because bottom line, it's a Jordan 8.
Right, but they're not given creative design. Even with fucking Travis Scott. Yeah. It's still a similar blocking. It's still a similar. There's nothing. They're not giving them hey, here's your own fucking shoe. Fire that shit up. Design it. Here's a Jordan 4.
Jordan is
the color blocking.
Oh, yeah, it's like marketing because, we always talk about on the podcast, that shoe is they already have the molds and everything for that shoe, so it's easier to just put somebody else's name on a shoe that you guys already have.
Right.
It's way fucking easier.
Which is fine for somebody that's not on Drake's level or Ye's level or Pharrell's level, and not to say that Travis Scott isn't.
Right.
But he's okay with just having some 4s that he got to, whip a coloring book out and fill in the fucking lines,
Right.
Dope. I'd be excited as fuck about that, I'd be stoked.
Right.
So I think that move makes sense for Drake, because he's got his own OVO, line of clothes and stuff, and he's trying to move into that. He's trying to diversify where he makes money.
Yeah, true.
Jay-Z set the mold for that, Rockaware, Rockefeller. He had a record label, he had a fashion thing. Right. He diversified his portfolio, and his money makes money.
Okay, but will it make sense? Say Drake does go to Adidas, but they give him a shoe that they already have, like an EQT or a Boost or something. Does that still?
If they give him the freedom that they give Pharrell, because Pharrell has an NMD.
Right? Yeah.
Right. But that shit don't look like an NMD.
Nah, that's his own NMD. That's a Pharrell.
Right. So if they give Drake the EQT base model, right, and allow him to move the prime net, change whatever the fuck they wants to change around to it, I'll give him some of that creative freedom. I think that'll make a better shoe and a better drop. Don't just slap a fucking owl on it and be like, Drake, Right. Give that man the ability to do what he wants with that shoe, and give the same. If they gave him that EQT boost, what I'm talking about, that big fat ass thing, yep. And allowed him to design or create an upper that he enjoys, that he likes, that works for him, then yeah, that's fine.
Bro, I see them giving Drake a Nike or some shit like that.
A stamp.
they ain't gonna. I really truly believe they're gonna give him like an Ultra Boost or an EQT, one of the models that did really well. Because if you're bringing this man over from Jordan Brand, right? You got to capitalize on that immediate
they got
drama.
They got to throw the red carpet at him.
Right, they got to, because there's going to be drama. Oh shit, 'cause everybody's going to look for this. Man, I got this fucking name tag on me from my son's school and shit. Right. That single parent life, bro. That's something else. But they have to capitalize on the drama of him moving over to, so while all this shit's popping off and all this hype's going, they gotta give him an Ultra Boost, an XR1, one of their flagship models, and let him go crazy.
Let him do his own thing.
For sure.
Sebastian Bergen says can't confirm he'll be signing with Adidas, and they're already working on the shoes without a contract being signed. There's that.
Hey, that's new info to me.
To everybody in the chat, how y'all doing?
Okay, since we're talking about Drake, we do have an OVO shoe that is on the list. What do you think about the OVO Clark Wallabies? Is OneLeggedLister wearing Wallabies?
Hell no.
Nah, that's not true.
No, I mean like, bro, the Wallabies is that boot looking thing, right?
Yeah.
That shit was hot back in like '97.
Yeah.
You remember back with like the Fat Farm shirts, bro? I had a silk Fat Farm shirt, had a dragon on it. Yeah, bro. I thought I was the fucking God, that's embarrassing to think about now. That was like my party shirt. Like I wore that shit when I was going to like, you know, because the motherfucker was broke back in '97. Like I was selling weed and nobody moved up yet, you know. So it was like, it was a different day.
Still selling 10 sacks.
Yeah, exactly. You know, like I wouldn't really get. So, I mean, I think I had a pair of like gray suede boots that were made by Fat Farm, or maybe it was Echo. I can't remember.
For sure, I that shit too. I am personally a Clark fan, but I wouldn't go out my way to get an OVO Clark because it's nothing but an owl on the tag.
Right. So again, that's the thing they do with Drake, and that like makes this shit boring. Like, let that man have some type of creative control. Like that, it's. Yeah. I mean, like that dude wears jean jackets on the regular. I mean, I don't know. I'm not very fashionable. I wear hoodies and fucking sweat shorts. So I'm gonna be real with you. Like, I don't know fashion. I just like sneakers. But like, you know, like, is anybody going to buy a Wallaby regularly?
There's some people, but like
but
just putting that
much.
OVO on it isn't gonna make someone want it more.
Right.
No, that's the thing is I don't think so. You know, I don't think that there's going to be like a young kid rush, like you know, like what they hope for.
Yeah. But now we're in 2018, so if they drop those shoes and the resellers set the market for 700, 800, yeah, people gonna run for them.
Right, which is a shitty. That's the reality of the environment that we're in, because it's limited, because it's got an $800 tag. They're gonna buy them, and they suckers. That's the bottom line for that. Like, you buy an $800 Wallaby, okay.
Yeah, never wore Wallabies ever because the Wallabies. Yeah,
for real.
They're just
That's what it be.
There's nothing on it except that owl on the little tag, and that ain't really shit.
I mean, if they gonna pay $800 for that owl and it makes them happy in the end, I guess that's what really matters. If they spend their hard-earned money on an owl Wallaby, dope. You know, I'm happy for them.
Yeah. My money. Shout out to Ghostface Killer. Shout out to Sycamore Style. Follow him on IG. He does custom Wallabies if you are interested in Wallabies.
There you go.
Okay, on the list, we got the Atmos Nike Air Max 1 Curry Pack. Have you seen that?
That's they got there's two of them, right?
Yeah.
It's like a red one and then like a green one.
Yeah.
That's dope. Because those dropped back a while, right? Like these are retros, right? Or are these like all new?
I want to say they new.
I think they know.
Either way, you know, those things are going to sell out, number one. And two, they're going to have a high resale, in my mind. Like,
yeah.
I think once it's Nike and Atmos, it's just, you know what I'm saying?
It's done. It's a wrap. Like,
I like the 90s better, though. The ones with all the shoe boxes on them.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, them shits. I saw a blue pair. I think they're ones. They're these guys. So, I mean, like, this silhouette is like the Jordan 1 of Air Max.
For sure.
True.
They could drop as many as they want in any kind of colorway, and it's going to sell. It's going to be dope. And if they tag a collab on it, Atmos, Pata, whatever, it's going to be bananas.
It's done.
You know? Yeah, exactly. And so I think they're dope. I think they're going to be hard to get. I like the red one.
Yeah, I was saying I like the red one too. And I'm not usually a red fan, but I like the red one better than that. The other color actually look like curry chicken.
Yeah. It's like a greenish brown.
Yeah.
Civic Kid, what's good? I'm trying to. I see y'all in the chat. I don't know what y'all think. I'm just trying to answer your question. Like we're trying to have a conversation. But what's up, everybody in the chat?
Yeah, I see y'all moving down there, but I can't really read that because we off the phone right now. So, yeah. Okay, next on the list we got the Atmos Reebok DMX Run 10.
I have not seen those.
Yeah, I think we can pass that. Because I don't get it either. And I've never been a DMX run guy.
But I do, if y'all don't mind, let me talk about something.
Yeah,
I got these in the mail today from Foot Locker.
Ooh.
These are those, the LVRN FRKO.
I saw you post those on the gram. Them are fire.
Right, so there's 3 pair. And Foot Locker invited me to this party. I don't know if these motherfuckers know I'm 37 years old and I be boring as fuck, but they invited me to this party. So I'm going to go. But they sent these jokers to me, and I'm really, super excited about this pair. One, the quality on them is bananas. Like, not what I expected, you know? When they were like, yeah, we're going to send you some Reeboks, I was like, bet.
Right.
You know? But they sent these jokers, and this shit's hard. I hope Reebok, because Reebok has, ties to the hip-hop community, right? So,
exactly. The soldiers.
They got roots. Right, there's some soldiers, right? Like, I used to rock them shit so hard, man.
Man.
Gun bottom. And then you have the graffiti logo there. You got the graffiti down the back, and that shit's dope. Like, I'm really excited about this pair. And the pair that has that big-ass logo.
Yeah.
Upside down.
Reebok could capitalize on them soldiers, like how Jordan is doing the Travis and everything. They can get somebody and just give them their own colorway of the soldiers, and they'll win.
Right. How cool was Reeboks when, Cash Money, No Limit was, a thing?
Thinking that. I remember people had flavors out here.
Right. You switch from Nikes to Reebok now.
Yeah, with tall tees, tall white tees.
Jabot jeans, and Reebok.
Exactly. Like, that was a whole thing. And I feel like if Reebok, firmly attaches themselves to, because this guy's an Atlanta rapper. He's got, 36K on Instagram. He's not no, big name Drake or whatever, but, that's a grassroots thing. And if Reebok ties themselves to, grassroots rappers that have a big hometown following,
exactly,
they win it.
Yeah, that's their move.
You got to start somewhere.
And thinking about Reebok on the list, they just linked up with Currency and did questions with Currency.
Right. That's super dope, though.
No,
but Currency's, again, it's a Southern rapper. He's not a chart topper unless you're looking at local radio stations that play his shit, Yeah. And I think that's what Reebok needs to do to gain some type of relevancy right now, because right now you're looking at Adidas and Nike / Jordan brand.
For sure.
And what else?
Right. Because I was saying on a podcast one time, I was saying, is Reebok like the underground kings of this shit right now?
Yeah,
I feel hard.
In my mind, because what did Nike try to do? Was it Nike that was going to do that Tupac and Biggie pack or whatever? Or they're going to do, right? They do that and they catch all kinds of heat. Now, if Reebok were to do that, it'd be fine. It'd be fine.
Real.
If Reebok gave UGK, for real, Underground Kings, if UGK and Reebok did a collab, people would lose their fucking mind.
Real.
I'd go crazy for a Pimp C fucking classic.
Hey, I'm telling you.
A Pimp C soldier.
I'm in line. I'm in line.
Exactly. Already. Just wait.
Bro, I'm camping. that'll be my third time camping out for something. Please.
Yeah, Pimp C's the shit. That's Southern hip hop is, and that's what I love about Southern hip hop is there's a certain amount of I don't know, it feels more like down home to me. You know what I mean? Even though I'm from the South, and that makes sense. But even if you're not even from the South and you playing Southern hip hop, you feel down home. You in your car, you chilling. It's a different vibe, and I think Reebok can actively penetrate that crowd.
Oh yeah, for sure.
They could take it back, but I don't think they will.
No, probably not, because they dumb motherfuckers over at Reebok. They ain't. I mean, God bless them for sending me these shoes. I love them, but
we get
compete too hard.
No, not even try to compete. It's just the people that they have with these brands for marketing and shit like that come up with these collabos. They're not part of the culture.
Yeah,
they're older people that wouldn't understand really. They gotta get some younger people in there.
For sure.
They're gonna tell you exactly hey, we need a 6'9" Reebok.
Right. That's what they have to do. They have to do that to remain relevant, right? Because I'm gonna be realistic with you and honest and brutally honest. Like the culture, or I fucking hate saying the culture. The community, the sneaker community, is not for old heads like me.
No, it's not for us.
It's for young cats like my kids.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because that's the consumers right now.
Right, and their parents, realistically, because I spend a lot of money on my kids' clothes. But but my daughter wants like Vans and low runners, and my son wants Jordans because that's a bond he shares with me, and that's he's different like that. But young kids want something different. They're not looking at the athlete anymore like my era did. We all looked at the athlete,
right? For real.
That's what we
talk about nowadays. Look at hip hop stars. I'm sorry if I'm interrupting. It comes.
No. Well, but that's what we were talking about. Like us older heads, our influencers were athletes.
For sure.
Mm-hmm.
Now the influencers are other people, YouTube people, new rappers, whatever. Like you don't even have to really be an athlete to have a shoe right now. So
and that's the thing. So. And you ain't even got to be like a major record label, hip hop artist. You can just be a SoundCloud rapper and be that's the shit. That's what's popping. Like I like when people talk to me, they're like, instead of saying like, "Yo, what's popping?" They like to say, "What's hopping?" Because I got one leg and shit. That's a one-legged joke. That's great. Like you guys. But yeah, I think that's the market that's missed is like, and old heads like myself, we like to get it up in our feelings when we talk about hypebeast this, hypebeast that, and we want to smash, these young kids growing up, like in the game, and they're making their own memories, they're making their own nostalgia. Old heads like me, I buy for nostalgia, right?
Yeah, right.
If a Yeezy retros in fucking 10, 15 years, like a Jordan 5 does, right? My kids are gonna be like, I wanted that shoe. My pops refused to spend $220 on a fucking shoe when I was 13.
All right.
Which I don't, because I'll buy them Jordans. I don't know. I unfortunately I enforce my views of the sneaker culture on my kids. Like I don't allow my kids to touch Team Jordans.
Hey, as you should.
You put that True Flight down right now.
Exactly.
Exactly. Your ass will get grounded. But I think that's the thing that needs to be addressed by the sneaker, and I think that's something that Reebok is doing by picking up. Like, do y'all know who Freako Rico is?
Freako.
Nah, I never heard of it.
It sounds familiar, but I can't.
What is?
He's an Atlanta-based hip hop artist coming out of the LVRN, which is Love Renaissance, right? Which is the same label that put out Six Light or Black. I don't know if y'all know who that is either, but y'all should definitely listen to that song One Way because that's some side girl stuff.
Okay,
that's the jam.
So wait, he got the whole shoe?
Yeah, well, that's what this is.
Just like that.
Oh, okay. Because when you
see, like, let me get there. So it's LVRN, which is Love and Renaissance, and Freako Rico.
Shout out to Freako Rico.
Freako Rico.
Yeah.
And was that a shoe only dropping in Atlanta or what?
Yeah, it's dropping online tomorrow morning at the LVR. Is it LVR? No, it's only on Reebok and Foot Locker online in the morning, and then only at 5 spots in Atlanta. Damn. So I don't think there's going to be a whole bunch of them, made. But it's a dope shoe. They use dope quality, and they're doing exactly what we're talking about right now, which is reaching a smaller market in order to build like a grassroots thing. It's that. I think Reebok calls it 3 a.m. They're like 3 a.m. movement. They had a New York release, and now they're down south doing the ATL release.
I did see that.
Okay, so they're getting all the local rappers basically and giving them a shoe.
Yeah, like local, like hip hop or like just culture influencers. Like I don't even know if it's necessarily just rappers, but like just local people that live in larger cities and trying to tap that market, tap their influence base.
What's up?
Okay, let me bring up something before I forget about it. Shout out to the sneaker box.
Hey.
That whatever they just did with the what was it, Sneaker Lab?
Sneaker Lab.
Yeah. Shoe, that's dope. That's fucking dope as fuck.
They're doing what every podcast dreams of, right? What every sneaker podcast dreams of. And I love those guys. Like Caesar and Guru are some of my favorite people.
So,
you know, in the game, like Caesar. I don't know if y'all know Caesar, if y'all met that dude, but he's like 6'4", like 400 pounds, and you know he wears a size 32. I don't know if y'all know that or not, but you can move a family of 6 in that bitch. And I hope he sees this because I would tell this shit to his face too. But you know, what they're doing is they're taking the community to, you know, they're on the radio now.
Yeah,
like DTLRs is behind them now. Like Villa is behind them.
Yep.
And those two stores, in and of themselves, are kind of like the underground.
Yep, for sure.
You know, brick and mortars, right?
Yeah.
People know about Villa for sure.
Right. So I mean, like when you go to DTLR and Villa, you're gonna get colorways that you only get in urban areas.
Look, because now that you say that, because I remember my first time ever being like on there, they had the Mobb Deep and Villa Timbs.
Right.
And I wanted those hella bad.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. You like Jimmy Jazz is another one where you go there and you see Bo Jacksons you ain't never seen before.
Yep, exactly.
You know, like I didn't even know they made an all wine Bo Jackson. Like how crazy is that shit? You know, like and so I mean those three, Jimmy Jazz, DTLR, Villa, those three, you know, brick and mortar stores know their community, know their base, and by them co-signing with Sneaker Box, that gives them a validity or like validation from the sneaker community. Right. You know, in and of itself, and you know, shout out to those cats doing big things. But they all got like the Sneaker Lab. They all created a collection. They made a collection.
Like 3 to 4 shoes each. All
and that shit is.
It was
bananas.
It was Caesar, Guru, MJ, but it was also some other Detroit people. The dude from Burn Rubber, and it was like 2 other people too. But yeah, that shit was beautiful. When I seen that.
I told Caesar, is first off, Caesar, if you watching this, it is soda, and Fago is not the best soda ever.
Well, I'm gonna be real straight with you. It's Coke. Everything's Coke. What kind of Coke do you want? We got Mountain Dew, Dr. Pepper, and Coke. What do you want? Yeah, that's a down south thing.
Yeah, I mean,
no, that's a big.
I'll take a big shot over Fago.
Yeah, well, that's dope.
I don't think people realize how big that was. Like that's a point for all of us because their community is us. That's a point for all of us. So I'm definitely supporting that.
Any influencer or any person, any sneaker personality that doesn't give them their due or props on that, you know, one, you're a hater, right? And go talk to your mom about that. And 2, you're not a part of the community. You're out for self.
Word. That's real.
For sure. You can't deny that.
No, like I'm so excited for them. Like, you know, like I like really like Caesar and Guru and MJ, those like and everybody, Sneaker Girl, Francis, all them cats put in a lot of effort with minimal output.
Yes.
You know, like they ain't getting paid like that, you know. They all got regular ass jobs and they do this shit on the side. So I mean that's dedication and, you know, love of a craft. So, you know, bless them, and I'm so excited for them, and I hope nothing but big things for them in their future, man. And I do want that Air Max 90. Excuse me. Word. I think the Air Max 90 was the dopest one in the pack. Like I like Superman shit.
I like the Firework 95.
No, yeah. I like the homage ones.
Yeah. So I mean, like I'm really excited for them, and like they all that picture of them all getting that. They're all numbered too, like the money.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure.
They all got them numbered pairs. So, you know, I'm for real. Congratulations to them cats, man.
What you think about the homage? The homage.
I think it's trash. Straight up. And I know I'm unpopular. I know that's an unpopular view.
Nah, it's your view, so it should.
Right. Everybody's going ham about them. I don't feel like they're how can I put this? They
lazy.
are, you're right. A, it's lazy, but B, they're like, how can we squeeze the last bit of like life from this shoe? You know, like they just dropped the bands like 2 years ago. They called it bands, but they weren't even the bands. You know, like the Chicago's dropped in 2015. We don't need
some more Chicago's.
Right. We don't need that shoe. Like,
right.
They did the Qias 54s were mixed up. The top three, gold top three. You know, we don't need all these mix up, man. Just, you know, dudes like that dude y'all had on the other on Bay Area on his page. You know, like y'all that live. You know, like pick up some young cats like that. Find some new designers. That pale blue, pale pink. You know, get somebody to breathe fresh air. Stop taking two things that are great and mashing it together, and in my mind, split abomination. Yeah, like it's literally taking two shoes in my mind that are great classics on their own and matching it together and taking away from what it is. You know?
That's true. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Okay, so a shoe we have on the list too is the Shoe Surgeon Pay Homage Custom. So putting Python on that homage, is that making it any better?
No.
Same shit.
Yep, same shit, different leather. I mean, that dude does amazing work, and he's an artist in his own right. So, you know, by me saying that, I don't want to, it's no shade or disrespect. You know.
Hey, it's 2018. Your opinion is always shade.
Well, yeah, and that's why I try to preface it with some no shade or disrespect. It just ain't for me, you know. And there's something to be said about a customizer who is now in the mainstream. True. So much so that Nike and Buckeye City Soul, that's my brother. That's another fifth of the Monday Midsole. Shout out to Monday Midsole.
Buckeye. Shout out to Buckeye. Polos and J's. Molly Mall.
Hey.
Unboxed.
There we go. So I think, you know, like when you see a customer, somebody from the community who earned their bones in the community, painting shoes, you know, probably originally starting at $100 a custom plus shipping, you know, you ship there and back, and getting hit up by major brands to create a shoe 3 out of 5, you know, 5 or 10 pair, like that is something really cool. And it also goes to, like, for me, like, you start to see customizers now that are making better stories with their shoes, like telling better stories.
Yeah.
And B, creating better colorways, using better materials, you know, and with more originality, you know. And these people are, I think, with the you know, adopting of the Shoe Surgeon, that opens the door for young customizers like they got Betos Kicks right there. Betos? Yeah. I don't know how to say it. It opens the door for young cats like that, or even these other guys that do like color wavy. They do edits.
Yeah, exactly.
You know? Like he did my Peapod 8s and turned them into Burgundy 8s, and them things were bananas.
Yeah, bananas. And it was just a Photoshop, but still, though, that's a colorway, though. And it would be dope. It would be dope if it really released.
Right, like how I know for me that I would be first in line for, like, because the Burgundy 5 is my favorite 5 to ever drop. My favorite 5 to ever drop that's not an OG colorway, right? Because I prefer OG colorways over any retro or whatever. But you know, you get to looking at something like that, like they need new people in there designing these shoes.
So do you think later down the road they will actually take initiative to start really like getting the people that's really part of the community, like Beto Kicks or Shoe Surgeon or someone like that, and like really kind of like give them that opportunity to really make a shoe that will release to the masses.
Right. So that's my hope. Right.
I hope too.
I hope that these people do that. But I don't know if Nike specifically will be willing to give up creative control like that.
Word.
All right, unless they go to SB.
True.
Yeah. SBs, they come up with the craziest shit, and they get a freedom that no other line is given. Not the Air Max, not the Jordans, not Nike basketball. Nobody gets the freedom. Let me grab this pair right quick.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, SBs definitely have the best stories.
For sure.
So, like, so these drop $420, right?
Yeah. Okay.
So,
White Widows.
right, exactly. So we know this shoe is modeled after some weed.
Exactly.
Bomb ass, dank ass weed.
For sure.
You know, but they gave homeboy Scott Bertrand from Familia Skate Shop. They gave him freedom of creation, right?
Right.
Like, there's. Let me get this thing out of here right quick.
Wait, did they give him freedom, or they gave him a shoe and said pick a colorway?
No, they gave him freedom to do like. And hear me out. So one, he picked a mid over a higher low, which is what Nike generally gives, right?
Yep.
They don't really fuck with mids all that much. All right. You know, they give him, you know, this, like, he was able to, like, and he did basically take a mid and throw a colorway on it. So it's not like full creative freedom, as in, like, you know, a Human Race, NMD, a Yeezy, so on and so forth. However, you know, they got, like, the insole on it, right? So it's a stoned-ass spider. Right? And then not only that, but you get this little pocket.
10 sack.
Yeah, you know, drop a little bag in there, you know. And that's, no matter how you look at it, that's Nike co-signing, you know. Yeah, right? Like, I mean, if you're talking about people in a MAGA hat, like, this is drug use. Oh, we got Nike sponsoring drugs, right? So, you know, in the end, that's a certain amount of freedom that Nike is unwilling to do on anything outside of SB.
Right.
True.
Right? So, my hope is that they see the creative vision of these young people, right, without stealing their ideas, like Buckeye said on here just a second ago.
Because
they do.
To just
to
just have an IG account and follow everybody that's popping and just steal their ideals.
Right. Like, what's that? The dude that did the marker shoes, Joshua
Vibes.
Yeah.
Right. Right. Like, his shit got popping, and then that shit just blew up.
Yeah.
Blew up.
Too.
Yeah. And so, like,
everybody
was doing it, and then, you know, like, my thing is, I'm pretty sure next year we'll see a Nike deal where, you know, it's a sketch, you know, where the shoe looks like it's like a sketch, like a Stewie. Remember the Stewie 6, LeBron?
Yeah.
It looked like it was pulled out of a cartoon. The Miami Nights 6 is like that too. Miami, you know. So my hope is that they support these artists, because that's what they are.
Yeah,
you know? These customizers are artists, and they allow them to tell their story.
Yep.
You know, versus robbing an idea and watering it down, and there being no story. You know, Nike could capitalize on the story and the artist.
It's so much easier though just to rob the ideal.
Right, but so let's hold on. I'm gonna grab another shoe. I'll prove my point.
You are
All
lying.
right. So this right here, right? The PONB one, right?
Yep.
Right. This guy told a story about his heritage with this shoe, right? If Nike were to just make this shoe, not attached to the graffiti artist, which, you know, shout out to Palm, he's a badass, follows my account, which is pretty cool, and I really love his art, right? But he was able to tell a story about his people, and I think that's a beautiful fucking thing.
Right.
Do they do that with Black History Month?
Nope.
like I have the VHM Jordan 1 that dropped 2 years ago. He got removable patches, black and gold. Like, okay, cool, but let somebody, let a young black artist tell a story, right? And how much cooler would that shoe be?
Man, you get a Malcolm X1 or something like that.
Right, you could. I mean, like you could get leaders, like black leaders, like inspire the youth. Please do something. Like Nike has this ability to touch the youth, and they miss the mark so many times.
For real.
I'll get on a soapbox on this topic. I apologize.
No, it's all good. Can you, like a George Washington Carver 1 or something like that. But,
in a blank silhouette in the hands of a young black artist on Black History Month to inspire his people and define his people and to tell a story of his people, like,
man,
that shoe would go bananas. Like, I mean, there would be it would be everywhere, and it could be such a cool thing. But if Nike is willing to release that, that's the thing.
So why do you think they don't do that? Do you think it's like they would look at it like they're taking a chance, or
right? It's risky.
Yeah, it's like show.
This shoe is risky. Like it. Like I don't know if you can see all the detailing on it, right?
No,
but like because my lighting in here sucks right now. But there you go. Like it's a risky shoe. Like this isn't for the masses.
Right.
Yeah. This shoe's not for the masses. But for guys that like Jordan 1s and guys that like graffiti artists and guys that like shoes that tell stories like myself, all three of those, bing, 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 I'm in. I think there's a risk factor involved.
Yeah. That's why I think like fucking Adidas should might as well just go and put Kaepernick on just be anyway.
Yeah. I mean, it would sell right now because I mean like and like I without getting too much involved in that, I thought that man got robbed of a career because he stood up for something, and I find that to be disgusting. So without going down that path too far, that for me, as a grown ass man in America today, would mean so much if somebody gave that man a shoe deal, even though he doesn't necessarily have or whatever. Or he's struggling to be have a career, but what does that say about that company as a whole?
Right. Cause now like he transitioned from athlete to influencer. Some, you know what I'm saying? So it's like
he's a leader. He's a leader as an individual. He's a leader,
and they could get money off that, especially like an Adidas, which already doing it. They're already giving Pharrell human race and all that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? If they want to do a collab, if they want to keep the heat off their back, they, you know what I'm saying? They could do a collab like that or something.
Yeah, I think whatever brand gonna take that chance, they gonna win
for sure.
Yeah,
not just Kaepernick, but I'm talking about take that chance with the community.
Right, they're gonna win, especially for sneakerheads in general, like Saucony, right? So Saucony did that shit with the YouTubers, right?
Shout out to Sneakerhead.
Right, Sneakerhead in the Bay. Tony D. Tony D gave me a pair of his. Shout out to that dude. He's super cool. And I had a lot of problem with shoe tubers. And I mean, like, there's nothing that I wouldn't say to their face. So, like, I feel like it's like they're missing some depth.
Yeah.
And weight in some of their like sneaker stuff. So and that kind of bothers me a bit, but if they were to get some, people from the community that aren't involved in YouTube stuff, that's not a Qias, Tony D, Foamer Simpson, and if people did more stuff like what Saucony did, Saucony took a chance.
Yeah, they sold out.
And they sold out like that. Like you could, unless you were sitting there ready with the button, you didn't get a pair.
Yeah.
All of my guys tried to cop a pair and they weren't able to do it.
Because these people have faithful followings.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. Like they're going to sell out.
Yeah. Shout out.
And not only that, but it gives some credence to their brand, right?
Yeah, I don't get why. Yeah, I don't get it. Because it's like, if you think about, like, if you were in our situation where we're sitting in the community, it would be a no-brainer.
Yeah.
Sure.
But it's like I said, like, their marketing people or whoever takes advantage of all this shit, they're older people. They don't understand.
Right. They're looking at it from a pure dollars and cents aspect, and a non-risk. How can we, mitigate risk, right? And they have to understand that the nature of this particular product isn't like other products. You have to find a way to connect to the community at large. Right?
Yeah.
And if you fail to do that, you fail to sell your product.
Right.
I think they look at it like, is it going to connect with the masses or is it going to connect with the community? But they're failing to realize that there's enough people in the community to make make that profit.
So, okay, the thing about the sneaker community is they define cool.
Yeah.
Period.
Right.
For sure.
Like, if you're talking about sneakers, the sneaker community defines what is cool, right? This whole dad thing, the whole dad shoe deal.
If it's no
that shit started off as a joke.
Exactly.
Within the sneaker community.
But once
and bled out to the masses and became a real thing.
Quick.
People
are buying.
Right. Let me grab this. I got shoes, man. I got shoes to show you. All right. So Fila sent me this. Shout out to Fila.
I see it now. I see those.
These mind blowers. And so when I got these, I was like, man, Fila got me fucked up, right? But then I put them on, right? And then I took shots in them, and then I liked them. This shoe 5 years ago.
Oh, they clowning.
Yeah, no, you getting roasted, like straight up. Like they're gonna make fun of you, and you gonna cry in the car.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Like that's what's finna happen. Now though, these are hot, and that started from a joke from the sneaker community, right? So if you push a product for the sneaker community at large, right, where everybody, if they want to get a pair, they can get a pair.
No.
And then the regular world, who does not operate within the sneaker community, like Yeezys are cool everywhere, right? The Wave Runners are cool everywhere, whether you're in the community or out of the community. I don't particularly care for them. I think they're trash, but I can recognize that there's something different, and that's they're cool now. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I would never buy them. But other people like them that are not a part of this community, because Adidas took a chance with a shoe and Kanye, with the strength of his name, and sold that shoe, right? And the sneaker community made it cool, and now everybody else co-signs that shit.
Yeah,
true.
So
True.
I mean, like, I'm not one for making $1 off of something I love, but I am one for seeing the community that I love and the community that I feel saved my life in a way, and that catching the limelight, like that catching the light. So I'm all for it.
Yeah, like what I said was, if somebody gives that opportunity, is all get a point. We all win.
Yeah.
So I'm always supporting anything like that.
For sure.
Right. Even Baltimore Sneak Show?
Yeah.
Even his old Under Armour shoe that I was not a fan of, like.
Nah, they garbage, but
it's dope though. Like, that man got the shoe.
I'm supporting.
Like, and really, I mean, what does he do? His Instagram page ain't like it used to be.
No, everything's IG story now, but he's still dropping some tools.
Right. He relays information. I mean, like, ultimately, Pino kind of filled in the void that he left.
Yes.
So, shout out to Pino, but, like, that was the guy who did it before him. And, but they took a chance on that. I don't know if that one necessarily paid off. I know they sold out. I know people were buying 3-4 pair and shit, which okay. I'm glad people support him like that, and that's dope. But that's a win for everybody in the sneaker community.
Exactly. That's a point for me.
Right. Boom. Win. That goes in the win column because if sneaker brands can somehow manage a way to get validation from the sneaker community, whatever they put out within that community makes that shoe that much cooler. Exactly. And that's what they want. They want our cool card, as it were.
They want our points.
Right. Exactly. Here's some cool points. We'll sign off on that shoe.
I ain't gonna lie. I'm thinking right now, like, you think Skechers could come up off the sneaker community?
They tried with what's his fucking name? Ian Connor.
They did. I didn't know that.
So Ian's Revenge or whatever.
Yeah.
Before he got his own deal, where he was making his own shoe. Shout out to him because that dude just made his own brand up. I mean,
right.
Granted, he straight up raped the Vans, but
man, for real, they for sure did. I was just gonna say
that. He was rocking Skechers, and people were buying them big ass Skechers.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But if Skechers would give somebody from the community a creative freedom to make a shoe that's dope, who knows? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Skechers.
Skechers kind of pushing it.
I would say we be talking about it. It was like I can see him doing, but I don't think he'll really do what they want.
The traction. Like ultimately, they make shoes for kids, right? They make shoes for kids. When my kids were little, they loved some fucking twinkle toes and light ups and shit, and that's their lane, and they need to stay in that fucking lane.
Right.
But like Diadora, Saucony, New Balance, Reebok, these brands that are just trying to eat right now. That's some that they need to really look at and see if they can capitalize on. Because I'm telling you, if Reebok started handing out hey, we're gonna do a collab with OneLeggedLister, I don't know if I got the clout to really push my own shoe, but I'd be excited about it. And the people that rock with me would be excited about it. And as a community, that's a win. And I think that anybody that's a part of this community, in the way that I feel like I am, like if Bay Area came out with a shoe, like if that dude got his own shoe, like I'd be on it.
Right.
How can I cop this shoe? Like, I'm going to get it, And so I think that's a point that they're missing is how can we attach to that community?
Right. I think
that's another point.
I think that would be like the living test on like who's really a hype beast. Like if it's somebody from the community that drop a shoe with like Skechers, whereas it's like somebody like Kanye doing like a shoe for Skechers, that would really like
you rocking with Kanye only. And that is a litmus test. But again, a hype beast is a part of this community.
Right. True.
We cannot discount them.
Right.
Because the hype beast, they create forward motion.
True.
If it were left to me, we'd be living in 1995. Right? I'm cool with the Jordan 8. I don't need to go nowhere. The Jordan 8's my favorite sneaker ever. Like, I'm cool, but if it wasn't for the hype beast, pushing companies to do different things, newer things, make limited things, get new artists, we would have the same shit, and because people ain't buying, like, I really feel like the LeBron line died at the 10, even though I still rock with it. I buy 15s.
I say 8.
Right? So I would take, but the 10 is fucking dope. I mean, like when you have what the MVP and it sells for $1,200 to $1,500, like, and then you ain't had a shoe hit that mark since.
Right.
The 10 is where it died.
I feel that.
Because I always talk shit about the LeBron 15, but I can't deny the things they're doing with it. Like it's epic.
Right. That whole LeBron watch, there's never been nothing like that before ever. Had there not been this hype beast community, they never would have.
Yeah.
They never
Period.
would.
There's that limited aspect that's solely a part of the hype beast thing. You know, like I don't care. Like I don't care if I see 18 people rocking the shoes that I'm wearing. I love the shoes that I'm wearing, but hype beasts do, and that creates this limited drive, right? So if it wasn't for them, we would be doing the same shit over and over again. So God bless the hype beast.
Shout out to the hype beast.
Yeah, they're a part of this community, whether we like it or not, and they're not going anywhere.
They're not.
So we can save ourselves some heartache and some frustration if we just accept them for what they are and who they are and the part that they serve in this community.
What I say all the time is the game is not dead, it's just evolving.
Yeah.
Right. It's changing.
It's like our parents didn't understand our music, so we're not understand our kids' music, and goes same for sneakers.
I think this is
and influencers.
I think like once you realize that, like that's when you become an OG.
Right. Like that's the thing, and that's always the allegory that I use. Right. Is that my pops did not like NWA and Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre coming out of my bedroom at all. He didn't, as a Southern United States Army First Sergeant, he did not understand, you know, fuck the police blaring out of my bedroom. Did not get it, right?
But you got
I
it.
do not understand my daughter's obsession with Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang, Gucci Gang. Like, how many times, like, I don't understand that, right? So, but I get that she likes it, and that's what's up. You know? So once you recognize that, like, we will not always understand what's new, but if you can accept it, as that's something that they like, man, that's dope. Right? Fuck yeah, fired up.
That's what I said. That's your transition. That's when you're like, all right, OG now.
I'm an old head, and I'll do that.
You know what I mean? You gotta embrace that OG status now.
You just kick back and you watch these young cats, and you know they do their thing. And I support them. You know, there's a guy in here, Red Kick 17. He's a young buck. Reached out to me here recently, and you know he messes with LeBron's heavy. And so there's still some of those kids that will reach back and connect with the OGs, but if we present them with this adversarial view, they'll never touch base with us, and we end up dinosaurs in something that we love and disconnected, and it dries up the community. You gotta have new blood and old blood, you know, for it to be a successful community.
For real.
All right. Hey, IG got us on 30 seconds left. We're going to end this IG Live. We're going to bring you right back, and we're going to go through the last couple shoes we got.
Let's do it.
Yes, sir.
No.
What'd you press? Oh, you ended him.
No, he got up. So, I hope y'all was listening. We're about to come right back. Stay tuned.
It's your boy Grincho. Make sure you check out our Instagram page at The Heat Hoarders. We hooked up with Nation of Souls, and we're giving out a free pair of sneakers every month. Look for this flyer for the rules on how to enter and how to win a free pair.
The Heat Hoarders Podcast.
All right, hey, one more time, we're back in the building. Heat Hoarders Podcast, you feel me? It is I, Heat Hoard Mal, AKA Mal. Yes, sir.
We got down.
There we go. That was my fault. At 11:30, my shit hit do not disturb, so my shit went out.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, there's got to be something going on.
Yeah.
So I shut everything down, and like maybe it's on my end.
As I said, I got that schedule. Do not disturb. Do not disturb.
Same shit.
For real, bro. You know how it go.
Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to the list. We have very great conversation so far. Let's get back to the list. Okay, we got Jordan Brand blocks for Air Jordan 3 Katrina. What is that?
They got a block party in New Orleans with sneaker pop.
As they should. And not only that, but all that money that they generate from that should go right back to that community.
Man, and what's crazy because I went to school in Louisiana, and so like I went to school at Northwestern State, so a lot of people that was from New Orleans end up going to that school, so I end up connecting with them because like to me, I say Oakland and New Orleans is like twins almost, feel me? And so I always embraced that city. So seeing that, I was like, damn, I wish I could go back for that shit. That's just hella dope.
I truly hope that if Nike's going to make money off of this Katrina name,
oh man, you gotta give it back.
They've got to, because I mean, like that whole community was devastated, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, and they gave this shoe to those people. That's how it got the name.
No.
So if Nike's missing the mark, because I mean, like they don't need to make money off of this shoe.
They don't need to make money every time.
Right.
Exactly.
Can they do something for the people? You know,
Right.
I really hope that they do that. I really do.
Man, that's dope. I thought that was hella dope that they did that.
Yeah, Katrina, at least $1 of each pair, something.
Something.
Somebody. It takes what, like $10 to make a pair? Honestly, probably. I don't know. I don't want to undercut it. Maybe 50, maybe 40. I don't know. But they're gonna sell them for $190. You know, and it's a dope shoe. I don't know if I'll buy it because I'm on my retirement game. I'm on this end game. I got a list, and I'm just buying stuff off that list and just crossing off stuff. And
all right, you take that 8-hour drive over there out there.
Nah, I don't do nothing for 8 hours. Like you got. Like, I'm about to be 37. I have a 13-year-old and a 14-year-old. You know, I got a list, and I'm gonna check these sneakers off this list, and then I want to take my kids around the world, so that they're global citizens and they get to see other cultures firsthand, and not just through movies or media, and get to experience that. I feel like my money could be better served in the future of my children than what's hot on my feet. You know.
That's dope. That's dope.
You get to that point where it's not all about sneakers, for real.
Right. It can't always be about sneakers. It can't.
No, it can't just be all about sneakers.
Yeah. But today, and right now, it is. So, what we got?
Okay, next on the list, we got the He Got Game movie anniversary. Air Jordan 13 He Got Game drops in August. Are you a He Got Game 13 fan?
Actually, I got a pair of the 2000, I think it's 10 release. They're on the way to my house right now.
You got a head start.
Right. I mean, like, that's one of those, like, OG colorways. Now, I mean, like, let's think about this movie for a second, where a movie defined the shoe.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
for real.
That's the first time that happened.
Yep.
First time. Is that the only?
No, because
Space Jam 11s.
Well, so the Space Jam 11s became the Space Jam 11s far after that shoe came out, right?
True.
Right. True.
They weren't called the Space Jam 11s when those came out. The first time they showed up and like people knew about them was from that movie, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then they went and bought them because of that movie, and then they attached the name of that movie to the shoe. But this is the More Than a Game LeBron 7.
Mm-hmm.
New York City. So, you know, this is another time where a movie became a show. This is more of a documentary than it was a movie, but still, this is the More Than a Game. It's attached to a movie, but not like He Got Game. And I think that's a dope release. I think it's well timed. I think as long as Nike is willing to, or Jordan Brand is willing to drop an OG colorway, and they do it the right way and not fuck it up, you know.
Yeah, shout out to Phil, shout out to Ray Allen. He Got Game.
Well, how dope was that movie though, right?
Yeah, exactly. What movie on your list would you want to have a shoe?
Pulp Fiction.
Pulp Fiction? What shoe?
bad motherfucker, man. Like if you get an 8 that looked like that bad motherfucker wallet, like that. You remember that? Like Samuel L. Jackson's wallet?
Yeah.
Or like,
but like what silhouette?
The 8. Like the 8's always gonna be my favorite silhouette. and I'm rare in that, that thing. Most people don't like the 8s. So you either hate them or you love them, right?
Yeah,
it's one of those. But I also think another one would be a Kill Bill 1 and 2. Like have like a pack.
Oh
like
yeah,
like a 3 and a 4. I think would be dope.
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to Jumpman Bostic because I do know that is his favorite Jordan.
Yeah, man. Him and mine both. This is our favorite shoe. The Aqua 8.
Aqua 8. Jordan. Yeah. Like you said, you either love them or you hate them.
Yeah, it's the great 8s, man. There ain't another shoe like it. And I mean, if you don't mind me explaining why, I will explain it right quick.
Go ahead.
So you get this evolution of 1 through 7, right?
Okay.
You can literally, if you were to put it on a table and like do that. Remember that Michael Jackson black and white video where they kind of morphed?
Yeah.
Like if you did it 1 through 7, you could watch it, right? And it would make sense.
True.
Right? And then the 8 just out of nowhere with some straps and shit. The midsole is different. The outsole is different. Like everything about the 8 is so different, which is why I love it, but it's also why a lot of people hate it.
Yeah, like you said from the beginning, you either love it or you hate it.
So when you watch, but if you take like you can see how the 9 becomes the 10, how the 10 becomes the 11, how the 11 becomes the 12. You can watch that evolution. All right, sure. The 13 is a lot like the 8 as well, where the 13 is just radically different from what came before it, and the 8 is 7. But you can watch the evolution of 1 through 7 and see all the little changes they made, and that thing. But then the 8 just stands out on its own. So
yeah, the 8 is that. The 8 is that heartbeat dropping.
Plus, I was 12 years old, and Jordan wore them Aqua 8s in the All-Star game. And my mom's got me a pair, and like that shoe just like that, because I was like, you gotta understand, when I was 12 years old, I was like 5'2", like 250 pounds, like I had a mullet and shit. Like I was the definition of not cool, right? Like, I was always sweaty, had a fucking earring, Motherfucker was not getting the ladies like at all, like. But I put these Aqua 8s on my feet, and in my mind, I looked and felt like Michael Jordan.
Word, for real.
Even if only for a minute, and that's what made that's what created this affinity for sneakers. Like I can remember the smell of that shoe when I got home. So excited for that.
For real, that's how it be.
For sure. I'm waiting for the Jumpman Bostic collabo with Mr. Allen's Jordan 8.
See, but this goes back to what we were just talking about. How dope would that be?
That would be so dope.
That would be hella dope.
I mean, like Jumpman Bostic is like the OGest of OG sneakerheads. Like,
real. Shout out, what's happening,
Right? That's like if you a sneakerhead, he's your uncle, straight up. I don't care. Like, don't nobody do it like him. And then additionally, with that, like, maybe one of the most humblest dudes I ever met in my life.
Exactly.
Like, just a good, down-to-earth man. And, like, he'll say some shit that won't affect you until, like, 12 hours later. And then, just like a good uncle on the front porch will do, right? Like, he'll say some shit, and then, like, 12 hours later, you in the car, and you're like, this motherfucker just fucked my own shit up.
He living in 2058.
Right. Like, I can no longer behave in the way that I was behaving before because of a sentence he said 12 hours ago.
Man, for real.
So shout out to that man. I love that man.
Yeah, if that happens ever in the future, Jumpman Bostic gets his own Jordan, I would be. Man, that's 20 points for the community.
I'm here for.
I'd be first in line. That's one of those things where I'd have to have it. I'd have to get it.
I damn near want to get a petition started.
As we should. As that man needs the recognition. Like, you tell me why Qias. All right, so I just want to let y'all know I'm not afraid. I know he's from y'all's area, but I'm not afraid to say names specifically. So, because I ain't afraid of no man, you know. So you tell me why Qias gets this crazy Space Jam kit when those 11s drop.
Exactly, definitely. When they posted that shit, whatever account posted it, Jumpman 23 or whatever, I was like, you guys forgot about Jumpman Bostic.
Right, straight up. Like, how does Qias, who predominantly wears Adidas #1, will shit on Jordans, who didn't get invited to a Jordan event and cry like a little girl? Cried. I want to give respect to Qias where Qias is due. That man has a hustle. I don't know if y'all ever made YouTube videos or done anything like that, but to put out a daily video is a grind. It is.
And no matter how much you hate him, you have to respect his hustle. He is definitely all that merch and all that shit.
He has created a lane for people to follow in. So you got to give respect where respect is due. You know, he put my collection on his channel. It got my YouTube channel to 7,000 followers, even though I don't even post anymore. I don't know what they're waiting for. But the fact of the matter is like, if you do that, like Jumpman, the brand, the Jordan, when they sent Qias that and Jumpman Bostic is standing in line, like, dare you? Like, this is disrespect there. And like the first Jordan that he got for free from Jordan Brand was the Jordan 17 Trophy Room, and that came from Trophy Room, not from Jordan Brand.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you're telling me there's nobody on all these accounts, they make accounts, they follow us as far as the culture or whatever, the community, and you're telling me that no one is pushing forward for Jumpman to get something?
Man.
Right. Like he's not young, he's not capturing the youth, you know, but if the youth were ever to sit down and listen to what that man had to say, he could get you smart on shit. You know, like that. He's the kind of guy that delivers you wisdom, right? Now, Qias has the ear of the youth, and you know, he fills a role and he owns that niche. And I can, you know, again, credit where credit's due, but I feel like it was a disrespectful move for them to do that. And then when he got upset about not getting invited, they invited him to the next thing, and again, nothing for Jumpman Bostic.
Right.
It's disrespectful, but I mean, I understand from a marketing point of view.
No, I don't understand.
So here's what I will attempt to shine some light on it. In 2017, so Star Life, I'll get back to it. So in 2017, Jordans were sitting like a motherfucker, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the hottest name in sneaker YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's weird.
That's
all right. So, Qias is you know, the man on sneaker YouTube, and the predominant consumers of sneaker YouTube is the age gap, you know, age range from 13 to 20, right? Whatever that age bracket is, starting at 12, right?
okay.
And that's the market Nike wanted. So they sent Qias that Space Jam pack to make these kids want to go buy that, right? So in that aspect, it makes sense. Now, could they have sent Jumpman Bostic also a pack? Absolutely. You know, I'm sure that wasn't one of. But I understand Nike's move. And I respect Qias for what he does. And, you know, there's just this idea, you know, like they can pay respect to the guys that came before and to the guys that are new, because, you know, like I was talking to these other people and they're, you know, talking about doing this thing for Jumpman Bostic and they're a sponsor or whatever, right? a sponsor supports Jumpman Bostic, they're going to get the old sneakerheads to buy into their product.
Period.
True.
Period, for sure.
You know, if Jordan Brand or if another sponsor or whatever can get Qias to sponsor their product, young kids will get their parents to buy this product. So it depends on what you're trying to reach and where you're trying to reach it. You know,
True.
So, shout out to Qias. Shout out to.
I don't know if I'm wrong, but Jumpman Bostic was doing YouTube before Qias.
Right, but
well, I want to say his sneaker. Oh, let's put it like this: his Qias been doing YouTube, but I'll put it that way because when I first started and I started looking at YouTube, there was 3 people. There was Friendalations, that was SB's. There was Sneak Geeks.
Yep.
He was like first looks at shoes, and there was Jumpman Bostic, Jordan headquarters.
Right.
But Jumpman Bostic, he's always been doing his thing, and I will always support him.
I agree. So, YouTube requires a certain amount of acting.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jumpman Bostic is a little beyond acting.
True.
Right? He's not going to be on there all wide-eyed. He's not going to be on there, like, waving his hands and shit. And, not everything's going to be a big deal. He's a laid-back, cool-ass dude. That's that's kind of the thing is, Jumpman Bostic is the uncle of this thing. So kids are the main consumers, and Jumpman Bostic may not appeal to 13-year-olds, 14-year-olds the way that, Qias can. So I just want to clarify something for Starlife here. Now, Starlife is a big YouTuber. He's mainly for street brand clothing and stuff like that.
Okay.
And he's trying to figure out what I'm talking about. Good friend of mine, military veteran. All right, so Qias got a really cool Space Jam 11 pack, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Jumpman Bostic had to wait in line. Now, Jumpman Bostic's been buying Jordan brand stuff since 1985. Like, he bought a pair of in 1985, right? And personality, sneaker deal. And the first pair that he ever got was a pair of 17s that dropped in 2017. Or no, was it this year? When did the 17s drop?
Last year, right?
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah, last year. So 2017, when in 2016 is when the Space Jams dropped. And what I was saying was that it's kind of disrespectful to Jumpman Bostic for Nike to G up somebody from this era while not paying respect for the people who have paved the way for those individuals to have that persona, that sneaker persona. That's what I was saying. So,
and what I always say too, a lot of these YouTubers, they're YouTubers first and then sneakerheads. Where Jumpman Bostic is a sneaker enthusiast, Jordan enthusiast, and then a YouTuber. So when you watch his video information, you're gonna get something out of it. But now the new YouTubers, they're looking for views. I interviewed these people before. I interviewed Qias maybe 2 years ago, and I asked him what's his goal next year. So this was like 2016. I'm like, what's your goal for 2017? And I shit you not, he said his goal was to have more subscribers.
Right. And so but that's his main source of income. And when you
Nah, there's no problem with that, but that's his lane.
But that's his process. That's his focus, as it should be, because he's a YouTuber. You know? Exactly. And I'm sure that he would like to expand away from sneaker YouTube, where that's not his only generation, or it's not the only way he's generating income, And he has amazing editing skills. His camera work is flawless. If that guy put his mind to vlogging anything, he's going to do it well, and it's going to look amazing.
True.
And that's kind of
like we said, there's no denying he definitely set the blueprint for YouTubers.
Right. And he's self-aware that he is a hype beast. He is the hype beast. And that's that road.
I always
good
that's
for
why
that's his thing.
I respect Qias because he doesn't he embraces that he's a hype beast.
Right. And he owns that. And I any YouTuber that's, with all the demonetization that's happening, with the adpocalypse stuff, that is consistently putting out content, knowing that there's a high probability of getting demonetized, and still plugging away at it and making content for their fans, that's amazing. And that's dedication, and my hat's off to them.
So when we started the podcast and we made that transition to YouTube, and I've found out what it takes to be on YouTube, and you have to be consistent, and you have to put out shit more than once a week. Then I really started to okay, all right, Qias, you're doing your thing over there.
It's a hustle. They take 8 hours of filming, and they got to munch it down to a 10 to 15 minute video, and get a continuity throughout the thing, so you have a storytelling arc line, and keep music in the background, not hit a fucking get a flag.
Yeah, get a flag.
Yeah, you don't want any strikes against your stuff. It's a lot of effort and hard work, and learning the editing software and learning the process, finding free music, getting people to, to do the royalty free thing. All of that stuff is really, really solid. It takes a lot of effort, and my hat's off to them. I tried it. I did it for a year, and it's definitely not for me. Because I got too much happening here in my house that requires my focus, my kids, my health, my life,
All right. Okay. All right. Shout out to Qias. I think we got 2 more things. So before we come up with this off-white Nike Air Presto polar opposite pack, I want to ask you specifically, what do you think about Off-White as a brand?
So as a brand,
yeah.
So, hey Jacob, hit me up on the DM, man, and I'll answer that on the Monday Midsole. They got a lot of questions that we're working with here. So Off-White as a brand is a fashion thing, and that's something that I think the Star Life will be able to answer better than me. But what I will say is that I think it's dope. I think what they're doing is cool. I don't particularly care for the sneakers so much. But this minimalistic approach is I think it's really cool. I don't understand the price tag on it, but
for real.
But that's me. I mean, I buy shorts from Old Navy and shit. You got me fucked up,
So what do you think about the Prestos, the polar opposites?
I think the Presto. I think the Presto was the best out of the pack when the 10. Right? Yeah. Straight up, I think the Presto was the best, and then the Vapor Max, and then the Jordan 1. I watch. I think that they're dope. I think they look good. Those are the only pairs that I would actively try to get. If I wasn't on my retirement game, and the only thing I would get it now is to flip it so I can put money toward getting those blue suede hardwood classics, LeBron 7s.
Yeah. All right.
Kind of hype beast on its own.
What else we got? We got the what are those ones called? The 4-pack.
The best hand in the game.
Yeah.
What's your favorite one out of those 4?
I think the yellow is the best one in my mind.
I like yellow too.
Yeah, because the red looks like a black toe.
That's the one I've been fucking with. It was the red one.
But it looks like a black toe. You can look at a black toe right now and get a customizer to paint the swoosh red, and you got that shoe. Right. The clay is
yeah, the clay's not green enough for me.
Right. It's kind of like swamp water green.
Swamp.
So, and then you have that moon, the blue moon, which they had the 11s, the 11 lows for the ladies that came out with that same colorway, that blue moon. But you don't get a lot of yellow. Like, I'm looking through my, I have 100 and what I got 14 rows by 13, whatever the math is. That like, I have 0 yellow shoes. Like all yellow, like hard yellow like that. I have 3 orange. I have the chutneys that are kind of yellow. But there's like the lightning 4s. What else do you have that's heavy yellow?
Not
the tour 4s.
What's those? Oh,
the tour yellow.
Yeah. What's the yellow 13 lows? Maize 7s.
Yeah. Okay.
13, but they're not really yellow. But the yellow ones too, the ones that the mid ones.
Oh, for the
yeah. Okay. Yeah. For the New Love.
New Love. Yeah.
All right.
But not really too many yellow shoes. I think
right. So you have the New Love, and then you have like these, and I think that's just it's different. Now, from what I saw on these 4, all 4 have a North America release. I just think that the red and the yellow have a larger Europe and Asia release.
Yeah.
And the other 2 are primary. The green and the blue are primary here. I think the suede looks dope on them. They're all 4 a pass for me. Like I am a little because the black toe 1 is my favorite. Is my favorite one.
Yeah.
It's in my top 5 sneakers of all time.
Right.
And they're taking the black toe and they're like bastardizing it.
I feel it, yeah.
You get the igloo, the rust pink, they should have just left it alone with the frag and just, because that's a royal black toe if we're going to be honest about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So they're just bastardizing this. They know this color sells and they know this color blocking sells. So they just keep doing it over and over and over again, and it hurts my soul a little bit. So they're all a pass for me, but it's there. Its quality's dope. It's neat to see them put suede on the Jordan 1, and it even has that your auntie's pillow and shit where you push it one way it gets dark, you push it down it gets light.
Oh, exactly.
So that's dope. It's cool, but I don't know why they don't make them all available everywhere.
Yeah,
exactly.
Real.
Okay, that's my next question. This isn't on the list, but this is a question that I usually ask people. What do you think Nike can do to make releases fair for everyone?
They can't.
Not possible, huh?
They tried last year. They put out, outside of the Cause and the Atmos pack, wasn't specifically Jordan. Outside of those 3, what shoe did you not get?
Everything.
You could get every shoe that dropped, and you could get it a week after release. You could get it a month after release. True Blues they went on sale. An OG with a Nike Air booty on it.
Nike Air on the booty.
Yeah, it went on sale. Shit made it to outlets.
We asked for True Blues forever. When they came, they set.
Well, they gave us some shitty quality. They made 800,000 of them hoes. They tried.
Mm-hmm.
And even Jordan heads were saying, Jordan's dying. Jordan's dead. Just, the brand's dead. Adidas jumped over Jumpman, and Nike was like, cool, fuck that. And they went back to the model they created, which is the model that Adidas emulated, and created this Ultra Boost phenomenon. And then, and that's what I'm saying. So they can try. We can say that we want to get every release, But we want to get every release. We don't want everybody to get it. We just want to make sure that everybody wants to get their pair, but they want to stun motherfuckers at the mall or the club or wherever they're going.
That's one thing about buying shoes. It's like you want to buy something that's rare so you can stun on other people.
Right. You want some shit that not everybody's got.
Yeah.
But you also want to make sure that you get the releases that you want. Right. So I don't think it's so trying to make it so that everybody can get a pair. It's a lose. It's a lose for Nike.
My thing was, if Nike was to, let's say, okay, they're dropping a shoe. It's a Jordan 1. What if they did like pre-sales? So whoever ordered that shoe, that's how many they would make.
Right. But well, that sounds like doing like pre-orders, basically, kind of how like resellers are doing. Like, I think the issue with that is somebody's gonna get their feelings hurt, and then you leave yourself open for lawsuits, right?
True.
Like failure to meet quality expectations, failure to meet this, failure to meet that. Like you open yourself up for litigation. But if they make a pair, right? They make 30,000 of them hoes, which is rather limited. Like especially when we're talking about last year, we had 500,000. Like what was it? The bread ones, the black and red ones. They had, I think it was like 30,000, right? And they were super hard to find, right? Like you had to do a little legwork to get them, right? But they made, the bread 13s, they were in the 400, 500,000s. And then jokers set, and they're OG, and it's a super clean colorway on a super dope shoe. But they made so many that it turned people off because not everybody, you don't want to go to school and everybody wearing the same shoe. Shit. Yeah. If you and your boy show up and y'all are wearing the same shirt, somebody finna change. I'm going home. Right. Like, and that's one guy. That's one guy. Now imagine, hundreds of thousands of people wearing the same shit as you. It kind of takes away from the shoe. So there's no way for everybody to get the shoe they want and that shoe to maintain its cool. It's impossible.
True.
Sad, but impossible. True. And it doesn't work good for the brand.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, before we wrap everything up, one more question that I just thought of. What shoe are you happy for in 2018? Like, what shoe are you looking for? I know you're retirement, but what shoe are you happy to just see come out, or you're looking forward to coming out?
I'm really excited about the He Got Game 13s, and I'm really excited to see the Concords come out. Even like they're making 1 million of them. But I'm excited to see what that looks like with the original patent leather, because I think most people don't recognize that, like, when the 11s dropped in '96, they had that high-cut patent leather.
Right.
If you go and look at the OG pairs, or you go look at the pairs Jordan had on foot, they had I'm going to grab this pair just because it has it, but, like, that high cut,
Yeah.
And then afterwards, they cut them down and lowered the cut of the patent leather. So I'm excited to see that come, and I'm always excited to see the Concord come, because that's literally one of the most iconic Jordans ever. Like, motherfuckers get married in that shoe, and you can go to church in that shoe. Like
definitely, easily.
you can wear, like, you can go to a black tie event in that shoe and look dope and clean. And I was also really excited for the Shadow one.
Wow. Oh yeah, for sure.
Or both Shadows, the 10 and the 1.
Hey, look, and out here, them Shadow 10s is for sure sitting, and I for sure was like, those are probably gonna go, but they for sure sitting. I thought those were like real underrated. I think a lot of people slept on those.
Well, they made 300,000. So
yeah,
a lot of people, yeah.
But like,
yep, they kept it true to the OG for sure.
Like, and they didn't have that bullshit 23 like the CDP pack 10 had. this Joker is as OG as it gets. All right, so this goes back to what we were talking about. OGs fuss about wanting the OG, like the OG sneakerheads fuss about wanting the OG shoes to look dead ass like the OGs, right?
Yeah.
Nike gives it to us. Leave it on the goddamn counter. This is why Nike don't fuck with us, because we grown ass men. Most of us are grown ass, and we like, if I can wait for that to go on sale, I can save $30. No. But I mean, like, I get a military discount, so I already get 20% off the top,
Right.
But I mean, like, this $190 shoe cost me $160.
Right.
And this is one of my retirement pairs because it was one of the OGs I was missing. Same with the Shadow ones. I wish they'd bring the fucking black-white ones back, because that's the one they have. You know what else, too, I want to see get brought back?
What's that?
The white and natural gray Jordan 1.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
It's never retro.
So
it's never retro.
Yeah, that never retro, never
at all.
Mm-hmm. And I would love to see them bring that back because, like, I have a pair of the 2013 black whites showing up this week, and that completes my ones. Like, and I'm kind of sad about it. Like, I have all the OG ones. I have the frags. I have both shattered backboards. I have, I don't have anything else that I want from the ones besides the Dornbeckers, but I'm not really in a hurry to get those because they're plastic. So, like it says, Lefty Mello says, saying you're retiring from shoes is like saying you're retiring from buying toilet paper or buying toilet paper. It makes no sense. I have a reason. I have reasoning, and I've explained it. I want to provide a broader mind for my children, and when it comes down to me buying a pair of sneakers versus me buying a couple of plane tickets,
necessities.
yeah, exactly. Me buying a couple of plane tickets to Egypt, and my kids getting to see, the remnants of an ancient culture that created a whole type of civilization that we, to this day, do not understand. Like, the power in that and what that does for my children, I feel is so much more important and better than me getting a new retro.
For sure, that's easily
right.
Easy. Yeah, I mean, if somebody can't tell that difference, then there's something wrong with them.
Right, like I love toilet paper, and that's a necessity for me. It's not an option, right?
Right.
But sneakers. I got 345 pair of sneakers, and I'm gonna buy another 40 before I retire that I have on my list, and that's it. Will I miss it? Absolutely. Will I miss being a part of the community? Absolutely. Will I make memories that my children will never forget? You goddamn right, and that's so much more important to me. So.
Period. Yeah, for sure. Man, thank you. We really appreciate your time. Appreciate it, man. And let everybody know one more time where they can reach you, and about the Monday Midsole. Let them know.
Bet. So I'm OneLeggedLister on Instagram. You can find me on Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, YouTube, all with OneLeggedLister. On all the Snapchat, I don't ever post. Even on Facebook, I got a Facebook page, so you can check all them out.
All that.
And then Monday nights, 8 p.m. The Monday Midsole goes live. Me, Molly Mall, Buckeye City Soul, Polos and Jades, and Unbox. We all do a live broadcast where we talk about sneakers, and we do something like this, and we keep it real, and it's a bunch of old heads talking about old sneakers and loving it.
Word. Shout out Buckeye City because he fuck with us heavy for sure.
Yeah, that's a good man. That's one of my brothers. That's one of those guys. Like, as a veteran, I kind of struggle operating in a civilian environment, and he's one of those people that can identify that before I can identify it, and yanks me up. That's my brother, and I'm blessed to know those guys, all of those guys.
Word.
Yeah, you can also find me at OneLeggedLister on MySpace. I don't even know if that's a thing anymore. But hey, gentlemen, thank y'all for having me, and thank you for getting me out of bed because I thoroughly enjoyed this conversation.
Oh yeah, man, we did too, man. Really appreciate your time, man.
All right, y'all.
Till next time.
For sure.
Yes, sir. All right, man. Hey, we got a good combo. Another one brought to you by the Heat Hoarders. I am Heat Hoard Mal. This is Grinshaw right here. Shout out Dre. Shout out Heat Hoarding. Q, Easy, Zoe, everybody. You know what I mean? Shout out OneLeggedLister for jumping on with us, having in-depth conversation about shoes and shit, man. And shout out to our sponsors. Nation of Souls. We still giving away shoes. Giving out shoes. So make sure you look into that for all the Bay Area students. You know what I mean? If you in there looking, make sure you follow, subscribe, all that shit to the Heat Hoarders. You feel me? This has just been another one, man. We appreciate y'all joining us, and it's been one for real. One. Yes, sir.